Hey guys, welcome back. So, I'm not going to be repetitive today and just go through a training video. Yes, we're going to take you through pull today, but I also want to run through 4 tips on how to have a productive off-season. I think it was very fitting now that I've come to the end of my off-season phase, 4 weeks until prep. So yeah, pull day, 4 tips on how to have a productive off-season, which I will run through throughout this video as well. And yeah, we'll dig in and go from there. So before I even get started in the session, I will literally just go around and get some blood into that muscle that I'm working. So there's no logic behind what movements I do or what I even do to get blood in there. Honestly, whatever feels good before a session and it feels like I need to do in order to just kind of fire up that body part, I will just go and hit a few reps on each thing, hard contractions, and just trying to get as much blood in there before I actually go into the main movements. Zero logic behind what I do, apart from the bit of mobility work that I do. So yeah, wherever feels good, just so I feel confident going in. So first exercise on today's pull day, single arm lat pull down. So we'll run 2 sets on this, 1 set in around 8 to 10, 1 set in around 12 to 15. So lats focus to really kind of start off the session, and we'll move on from there. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. So with that set there, I probably should have done left arm first, and the reason being, my left lat doesn't connect as well, and I'm weaker on that side. So I usually actually do left arm first, but if you're weaker on one side, I would always aim to do that side first when you are freshest and when you have the most amount of energy to give that weaker side. So the first tip to a productive off-season is don't get too fat too fast. And what I mean by that is a lot of people are inclined to drive the field up very, very fast at the start of the gaining phase, accumulating a lot of unnecessary body fat, which forces them to run out of room to progress, go back into a dieting phase too early, and take time away from the surplus they are in. So take your time. There's no rush. Like, pushing food up too fast is not going to build more muscle tissue. It's just going to accumulate more body fat. So take your time, bring food up slow, and stay in respectable condition as you push as well to give yourself a longer runway in a surplus. Okay, so we're on to an upper back movement now. We started off with lat pull down. Now we're on to the prime upper back row. So 2 sets here again. We're going to run a set of 8 to 10, and again a set in and around the same weight, or the same rep range. So I'll drop the weight back a little bit for the second set, but I'll still aim to hit around that 10 rep range rather than doing a higher rep set. So yeah, it's a very nice movement. It really allows me to get a proper stretch and a proper contraction upper back wise. Probably the best upper back contraction that I've kind of felt before. So like I said, I find it hard to connect with my back lats and upper back wise, so it's choosing movements that I know I connect well with and then running with them and progressing them over time, and it's worked pretty well over the last 6 to 8 months in terms of progression. Ooh, 2 sets done. I'll go back onto a lat movement now, and then back onto an upper back to finish off. So we'll go through now, single arm prime row, and really again, focus rather than the lat pull down, focus on the lat bias row. And when we say lat and upper back focused, we're biased in different parts of the back, but you know, we can't just prioritize one part. So even though it may be lat focused, there's still going to be upper back in it. Even though it's upper back focused, there's still going to be lat in it. So just because we say lat or upper back doesn't mean that other parts of the back aren't working. It's just kind of biased in that area while everything else is still working as well. Okay. 3, 2, yep, my breath. Oh yeah. Fucking hell. Ooh. Okay, so the second tip to a productive off season is keeping your routine in check. Sounds like a very simple one, but it's happened to me before. It happens to a lot of people where the deeper into an off season you get, bed times will start to be pushed back, sleep time or wake times will start to be pushed back, your meal times will start to get a little bit off, things will just start to be getting a little bit cluttered in terms of routine. What happens then is your meals start to become bunched together, appetite's affected, digestion is affected, and all of a sudden it's difficult to get your food down, which in off season isn't ideal. So I think by keeping your routine as tight as possible, keeping your sleep in a good place, bedtime, wake time, keeping them meal times in a really good place throughout the day as well. Honestly, it sounds so fucking basic, but that has been the biggest game changer in terms of my own progression, making sure that's locked down, and especially with clients as well. When I really prioritize that with clients and make sure that they get that locked down, all of a sudden their progress takes a massive jump forward. So really prioritize it. Don't let that routine slip. Off-season scaling phases can be monotonous, but treat them like a dieting phase in terms of routine and structure, and I guarantee you'll reap the rewards in terms of digestion, appetite, performance, everything, if that routine stays consistent. Oh yeah. So we're on to our fourth movement now, an upper back pull down, which basically with an upper back pull down, a lot of people when they do normal pull downs, they'll make it into an upper back pull down, because what they'll do is they'll start up here, and instead of pulling down, they lean back into it as well and almost roll into themselves. So when you're doing a pull down, if you want to work lats, think about keeping your body kind of upright and driving the elbows down. If you want to make a more upper back, think about leaning back into it a little bit and also almost making it like a horizontal pull rather than a pull down. So you will see that's what we're doing here. In this, we're leaning back a touch and we're thinking of that cue for upper back, like I said before, opening and closing that double door. So allowing the shoulders to retract as we drive it down and letting it protract and really open up in front of us and out in front when we're looking to stretch. Okay. Inhale. That. And inhale. That's it. Really over-exaggerate it. Really over-exaggerate it. That's it. That's it. Yes. Good. Yeah. No, don't let go. Don't let go. Yeah. Come on. Get that stretch. Get that stretch. Beautiful. That's it, no momentum. Control, yes. Perfect. Way better, way better. So the third tip for a productive off-season is not getting complacent with your training. Something, again, that a lot of people do, that I've done in the past as well. And what I mean by this is potentially, you know, thinking you're training to failure, but realistically having a few more reps left in the tank. It could be thinking your form is really good, but you may actually be getting sloppy in comparison to what you were like at the start of an off-season. Just little things like this, which when you're really trying to reach that next level, make a big difference. Like if you're getting sloppy with your form for a few weeks, if you are not necessarily pushing out them last reps that you could be, it makes a big fucking difference. So hold yourself accountable, have a training partner, or record yourself, take videos. If you look at yourself through videos and you look back at a set and you're like, right, I actually had 2 more reps there. That form is actually pretty sloppy there. I'm actually not necessarily working my back here like I thought. Things like this, if you pick them up by looking at videos, you know, that way you can correct it and you can make your training more productive. You know, so it comes down to them little like 1%. If you can make a move from 1% better or train 1% harder, why wouldn't you? If you're looking for 1% more progression, take it. I'm not going to throw 1% away, so don't get complacent with the training, because we all do, whether we like it or not. There's going to be times where we all do, so bear that in mind. Hold yourself accountable to it, or if you have a coach, let them hold you accountable. Send them training coach.
Yo guys, I mean you're listening to SHRUG. This is Boom, exclusive to SoundCloud.
Oh. So after that upper back pull down, we finish off back with a sort of pullover, a single arm pullover. People will look at this and give it shit again, like most movements, but this is a movement we've been doing to really finish off and really open up the lat and really get a nice contraction there at the end to finish off the session. And it's been really working. I've really been feeling it, really connecting with it, and we've progressed it nicely over the last while as well. And again, different things work for different people. If you're feeling something, if it's working for you, it is what it is. So give it a try, see what you think. Again, don't forget, we may be doing these movements like this kale movement, etc., but don't forget, there must be bigger bang for your buck movements in there, like big rows, like, you know, it can't just be all unilateral cable work, which is extremely light and pumping and squeezing. There must be heavier movements which are going to make up the bulk of your session, and then tagging little bits like this on around, you know, we'll definitely kind of see a reward as well. But do what you need, but don't just bulk up your session with these sort of movements. Use them as additional, basically. So next up is rear delts. So you will see with rear delts, okay, with this setup, you will see on a reverse pec deck, I have my feet staggered. So one foot in front, one foot behind. I feel like that can just give me more stability. I can brace against the ground better, and I can actually just get more force then. But with rear delts, they're a small muscle group. There's no need to go crazy heavy with them. I still take them to failure, but I don't use a crazy heavy weight and then other body parts try and take over as well. One more thing, when you are doing these, there's no need to bring your arms all the way back behind you, making it like an upper back movement. Think about it. The aim here is reach out in front of you, and when you're pulling, think about dragging out to the walls either side of you. That way, you're not pulling back into it, and that way, it will kind of emphasize your rear delt a lot more, rather than kind of trying to bring upper back into it as well. So, a few little tips I like to use for rear delts. Not going too heavy. They're a small muscle group, and really just kind of still taking them to failure, which is priority. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's the back portion of the movement done, and rear delts as well. We'll go into biceps now. So 2 bicep movements. As you will see, we have a high curl and a single arm preacher curl on the prime preacher machine, which I really like. So I'll go through these now. Oh, cunt. Oh. Okay, so tip number 4 for a productive off season is get a coach. And I know that sounds like salesy, if you want to say that, but it's not whatsoever. Like, taking a look at my last off season, I spent the first 14 months kind of, when we coach ourselves, we second guess ourselves. We make decisions and then we change our mind, etc. as well. And I feel like when you put that trust in somebody else and you let them call the shots and you let them just lead the way, eliminate the stress off you, it's a surefire way of progressing rather than sabotaging your own progress through emotional decisions you may make on your own. So I think that's been a big game changer this off season. Even though a lot of people in an off season think that they know what they're doing, I guarantee you that one of the main reasons as to why they turn up on stage every year looking the exact same is because they switch it on for a dieting phase for prep, they get into an off season, they aren't very productive, they don't get a coach, and they just kind of go through the motions. Whereas if you can hire a coach and keep that same accountability and drive through an off season, I think that's when things start to happen. So again, I'm just speaking from experience on what's worked for me and what I see working for the people as well. that accountability in an off season goes a long, long way. So don't piss about, don't waste your time. For a small, you know, investment in yourself, it's going to take you a long way in terms of progression over the off season, which for me, that's invaluable. So, second bicep movement, and last one, the prime preacher curl single arm. So this is very, very humbling, very, very nice machine. Like I said, dual arm for me, I don't really fit into, I don't really connect with it well. Everything else takes over, especially front delts. So with this, you will see, it allows me to align up perfectly, full stretch, full contraction. Yeah, it's very, very nice. So with this shrug variation, you will see you can do shrugs with anything, dumbbells, a barbell, you'll see people doing whatever. On this for us, I think it works perfectly. So you will see it allows me to stretch out in front, and in order for me to get my traps fully contracted, you will see I retract the shoulder blades and really kind of squeeze the traps as I come up. Because don't forget, the traps aren't functioning properly when we just do this. In order for us to get full contraction on the traps, it's like there, you know what I mean? So this machine literally aligns perfectly for us to kind of get the most force out of it. So the most force. So you'll see exactly what I mean during the set. Oh yeah. So guys, that's today's video wrapped up. Thank you very much for watching. Took you through a pull session, and like I said, 4 main tips that has led to me having a productive off season for sure. So like I said, off season is wrapped up. 4.5 weeks of prep starts, which is pretty exciting. So like I said, I will take you all the way through that prep. I think it'll be pretty interesting. I'll kind of go through kind of what shows, etc. I'll be doing as well, what the plan of action is. But yeah, 4.5 weeks, and then we get things moving. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and share if you did benefit from it as well. If you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.